Do you guys find it interesting that we have all kind of programs and charity things out there for like research on cancer, research on diabetes, research on diverticulitis, but you never get no charities out there for research on, or like, let's get this money in here to raise awareness for these crimes in these areas right here so we can come up with a solution. Why isn't there any big push for that? Where's Black Lives Matter? How are you good people doing? Welcome to the channel. I'm Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Model Renaissance Man, which I'm greatly appreciative of. Make sure you guys are following me on these platforms up here and the ones down here. And click this thumbs up button right now. That way content like this can stay consistently recommended to you. When you subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification. It's going to bring down a drop box. Select all notifications. That's your only choice. Don't forget to check out my other YouTube channel that's called Man, Husband, Father, and everything I'm asking you to do over here, do over there. We are almost at 7,000 subscribers, and I really do appreciate you guys putting the word out for that. All right. Appreciate it. Yep, I'm hitting y'all with another one. I told y'all I want to know why, because why is it that if we have certain things that's running rampant in the country when it comes to like diseases and things like that, you see all kinds of commercials. You know, are you suffering from having temporary blindness? Waking up in the morning feeling like you just don't want to get out of the bed? Do you find yourself staring at your mirror while you're brushing your teeth and thinking, who am I? What do I want to do with my life? You may be suffering from depression, but here's the good news. We have a new drug out there called Sesaressafres. Sesaressafres has been known to help people better their mood, and it gets you out of the house. And it shows like an individual walking out the house. Everything's good. Everything's great. Side effects include leaking eyes, bleeding anus. Sometimes you may pee out orange, and it says all those things. Well, the reason why I'm saying that, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Why don't you see commercials like, are you tired of waking up and seeing on the news that a lot of blacks have been shot by other blacks? Are you tired of your neighborhoods being riddled with bullets if you stay in so-called low-income areas? Are you tired of your schools being da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da? Are you tired of hearing about drive-bys and killings and murders? Are you tired of hearing about little innocent children being shot? Well, you may be suffering from being what? A mental plantationist. No, you may be suffering from being an individual who don't want to see change. That's what you're suffering. Y'all, let's keep it real. These things have been going on since I was a kid. And I know we might think that they're just becoming more and more, but honestly, in my opinion, I don't think that they are becoming more and more. And I'll tell you why after this.
Terrifying moments as shots ring out at a shopping center overnight. It's a massive crime scene spanning several blocks. Victims rushed to the hospital by both EMS and private cars. We're getting a clear picture tonight of exactly what went down. New tonight, the surveillance video showing the chaos and panic as people run for their lives. Good evening, I'm Caitlin McCarthy, but first, here's what we know so far. Cleveland police say they got calls and shot spotter alerts for gunfire near East 115th and Buckeye around 4:15 a.m. When officers got there, cars were speeding away and a crowd of people was milling around in the shopping plaza. EMS took 4 victims to university hospitals, ranging in age from 17 to 25, 3 in critical condition, 1 stable. Police found a 22-year-old man in a crashed car nearby who had been shot to death. 5 other shooting victims showed up at the hospital in private cars. Detectives found shell casings all over the scene, along with 2 guns in nearby bushes and more guns inside a car at the hospital. Nearby security cameras caught the horrific scene on tape. Aria Janelle walks us through this stunning video.
The video starts around 2 a.m. Saturday. You can see people slowly arriving into the parking lot of Simon's Supermarket on Buckeye Road. A few cars are already doing donuts in the parking lot. The video shows at least 100 people arriving over the next hour. That's when more cars are seen doing donuts in that parking lot as people record on their phones and throw cups and liquor bottles on the ground. At one point, several fireworks are even set off. Then things start to take a turn when shots go off around 4 a.m. You can see everyone start to quickly drive away, people hiding behind cars, and people running the opposite direction. 2 cars are even seen crashing into each other. A few moments later, one man is shown in the bottom left corner pulling out what looks like a gun and hiding behind a car. He then runs up to where the 2 cars that crashed are. Then the video is too dark and grainy to see what happens next. One of the managers here at Simon Supermarket tells me this is not the first time that he's come to work and found these burned tire marks in the parking lot. He tells me he's concerned that this is going to keep customers from shopping here because they feel unsafe. He's hoping that police will find a solution to this soon. Here in Cleveland, I'm Aria Janelle, 19 News.
This story is still fluid with information continuing to come in. You can count on our continuing coverage as this develops. We're going to stay on top of this anytime news breaks. You can find it 24/7 on our streaming channel, 19 News Plus.
See, the reason why I don't think they're becoming more and more is because it has always been going on since I was a kid. And the reason that I think you guys think that it's more and more and it's getting more and more and worse, it's not, in my opinion, because the difference is we all have something called a pocket top or a hand top. Ty, what are you talking about? That's what I call these right here. These are not phones. They're computers. What I'm talking to you guys on right now is a desktop. I also have something called a laptop. Why? Because it goes on your lap, right? The computer goes on your desk. Laptop goes on your lap. These computers right here go in your hand. They're called hand tops that have phone capabilities. That's what I'm saying. And by having these phones, you have exposure to so much more because everybody has a phone practically, and everybody's uploading videos like what y'all just watched. People are out there on the scenes with the videos recording these things themselves. So because we have more exposure to it, it makes you feel like it's more and more going on. But now here's my deal, is that all this talking that y'all see going on, all of these crime videos you see going on in our society, based on what I'm seeing from your local municipalities, your local governments to federal government, does it seem like they really want to fix this? I'm serious. I was a kid in Chicago and a kid in Decatur, Illinois, seeing this stuff all the time, and it still goes on to this day. And the big question is, why isn't it being fixed? And I know what y'all are going to say, and I completely agree. I do know for a fact 100% it is absolutely in the home. It starts 100% in the home. Period. But why is it that we're being so soft when it comes to punishments? Y'all, I'm about to say something that's going to be so controversial. Y'all might not like this. I'll give y'all a more anecdotal example. When one of my mentees mess up really, really bad in school, if they happen to do it, you know what I do? I show up to the school and I embarrass them in front of the whole class. I call the principal, I call the teacher, let them know who I am. They already know anyway. I let them know what I'm going to do when I go there. They're all for it. If you want to act a fool in front of everybody, I'm going to make you feel like a fool in front of everybody. Oh, Ty, but that can be embarrassing. It's supposed to be. Oh, it can traumatize them. It's supposed to. Do you know what certain we have come to a point in society where a lot of times where we think that certain words always have like a negative connotation to it. For example, stereotypes or trauma. You do know that traumas can also be a good thing to heal. You do know the stereotypes are also a good thing. Come on now, let's keep it real. Is this the NBA is full of Negroes? No, I don't want to stereotype because there's white people in there too. Stop it. It's full of Negroes. There's a bunch of Negroes in the NBA, NFL. Now, would you say that same thing if I say, boy, it's a bunch of white folks in hockey? You don't hardly see no Negroes in hockey. Well, there are some, so we can't. It's a bunch of white people that play hockey. A lot. It's the majority. What's wrong with saying that? Because somebody says it's a stereotype, you shouldn't say that. I don't go by the rules of this so-called what they say bull crap. There's nothing wrong with stereotypes. Some can be negative, some can be positive, but they just are stereotypes. Who is it that put this in our brains that it always has to be something? Do you know that trauma can bring about healing? Orthopedics do these micro needling type procedures on the bone that causes trauma to the bone. You want to know why? Because when you have certain things like ACLs or certain type of ligaments or certain type of replacements, or like say meniscus tears, sometimes they do micro needling in there where they put little small microscopic holes in the area around the meniscus in the bone area. Why? Because blood brings about healing. The meniscus doesn't have a great blood supply. Therefore, it takes a super long time to heal. But if you cause some trauma to that area, it brings healing about faster. So what are you talking about, Ty? Sometimes trauma can be a good thing. It will bring about positive things. So yes, when I embarrass them in front, I've never had one of them that I haven't had a lot of them, but never one of them. When I embarrass them in front of the whole class, check them in front of every student in there, and then brought them out the classroom and checked them off to the side, go back in their classroom. I better not have to come in here one time again. I better not have to come in here one more time. Never had to come in there one more time. Those kids today are grown-ups, a lot of them. Man, I remember that time, Mr. Ty, you came in there and you did this. Man, I remember that. Now they said, man, I got so crazy, man, Ty, man, Mr. Ty, that messed me up so crazy, man, that I was good in class for the rest of the year. I was good for all my other teachers, man, for the remaining year. And then what's crazy, Mr. Ty, sometimes whenever we in class and the teacher talking, and sometimes somebody would come and tell the teacher, when they open that door, I would jump because I was thinking that it's you. Exactly. Look what behavior it brought out in them. Yeah, but Ty, it caused them to be, shut up. This what's wrong with y'all. A lot of y'all just don't understand what real discipline looks like. Trauma can be a good thing. But I know y'all don't see it that way because y'all too used to, well, we shouldn't do that. We need to have them sit down with someone and talk to them and go, hey, hon, why are you so angry? Well, that's no excuse for no behavior. Well, it has to be I'm going to check them. That's what's going to be the reason. Crush that stuff from the beginning. You know better, therefore do better. And I expect you to do better. You're smarter than that. You're better than that. Therefore, that's what I want to see. I'm not going to, what's causing you to be disruptive in class, hon? Is it because of what? Are you upset? Are you mad? Then you go talk to the parent. Your child has some issues, maybe a little bit of ADHD. Well, not, I'm sorry. Well, ADD, maybe he has a little bit of depression, but we can put him on this medication. And then they'll come tell me, yeah, they said, Ty, they said such and such, he got some attention issues and anger issues. So they saying that he should take this medicine. Nope, he ain't gonna take medicine. We're gonna fix it. Okay, Mr. Ty, I trust you. Yeah, trust me. We're gonna fix it. Watch. I'm getting him the most natural medicine you can get out there. You better believe it. Anyway, again, ladies and gentlemen, I brought you this because if we are going to be realistic about certain issues that goes on in our country, we need to address those issues. Now, the example that I gave earlier, heart attacks, diabetes, high blood pressure, these things run rampant amongst, you'll say, a certain community of people, right? You would say that, right? I don't care if you're white or black. If kids are at a point where they appear to be running things and there's no real discipline, no real consequences for it, that's a problem. I'm addressing the problem, and I have no problem addressing the problem. I have no problem with taking heat and arrows and stuff from any of you that has anything to say about what I'm doing, but what I'm doing and what we do, it works. But this whole stuff that y'all doing right now, letting these kids get away with anything and wanting to talk, it's not working. You can tell by how these kids are, it's not working. They don't even want to work an 8-hour shift on a job. It's so hard. My boss said I got to work 8 hours a day. I got to have a mental day. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm done, y'all. I'm done. Let me know what y'all think about this one. I know y'all rolling these videos out to me like this. I'm just talking about it because I want to address the issue so we can talk about remedies to fix it. A lot of people don't want to do that because they're too scared. Again, there's nothing wrong with calling out the common denominator, like I said in the last video, folks. What are your thoughts on this one right here? Wait a minute. I'm not done yet. The kids that did gather at this spot. Y'all, come on now. It's not hard to call out. Some of us that are adults, I don't care, guys. If I'm going somewhere and I see a group of young kids hanging out, you know what? Forget it. If I see a bunch of you young little nigglets hanging out, crazy blasting music, twerking going on, twerking on the cars, and it's like I don't care if it's 10 or 15 of y'all in a grocery store. I'm going to go. I don't care if it's Schnucks. I don't care if it's Piccadilly. I don't care if it's Piggly Wiggly. I don't care if it's Publix. I don't care if it's Winn-Dixie. I don't care if it's Kroger's. I don't care if it's Jewel's. I don't care if it's Walmart. I don't care what grocery store it is. If I see a group of y'all doing that right there, I'm going to go and move on. That's it. And I don't know how a lot of people don't do that. For them to all gather there at that grocery store like that is going to lead to some type of chaos. Period. If it wasn't going to be shooting, it was going to be. If it wasn't going to be shooting, it was going to be fighting. If it wasn't going to be fighting, it was going to be people getting into with these other degenerates because they sitting there twerking and dancing on their cars and acting stupid and all that. That's what it's going to come down to. That's what they are going to do. It's going to be something. That's why it's like, nope, move on. I don't even want to see what they're doing. I don't even want to see what's going to come of it. Moving on. Anyway, now I'm done. What are your thoughts on that right there, ladies and gentlemen? Leave it in the comments below after this video. Not forgetting to do what you see in this animation right here. And I'm glad that y'all are doing this because this is greatly helping the channel grow. The next video that I will be doing after this one, I think, is going to be that one up there. Things I did as of yesterday that you may have missed will be right here. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, praying every last one of you guys in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.